Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. It is January the 20th, 2022. Coach Nate here. Another Foods for Health live stream today, which I think you guys are really going to enjoy the topic. One topic that, of course, I'm very interested in and looking forward to talking more about. Talking about some supplements that I think if we want to improve our overall health, these are the basics that we should be starting with. But again, thank you so much for joining me. Starting nice and early, 6:30 a.m. here, Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. my time. Be interesting for me to hear what time it is for you guys. G, ready? I see you there. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having an awesome day, an awesome morning so far, wherever you're listening from. So again, thank you so much. Hard to believe already, January 20th, 2022. Really looking forward to this chat, as I've already said. Sorry that we weren't able to have our stream yesterday. A couple things came up. We got a video up yesterday, a nice healthy green juice that I think you guys will really like, really appreciate. So take a look at that video if you haven't already, but I think you guys will like that. I have included a recipe in that video, so be on the lookout for that as well. We need captions. Sorry, G, ready? Do you mean not exactly quite sure what you mean by captions. Maybe if you could just explain that a little bit for me. But, thank you everyone so much for joining me. It's great to have you so early. Let me know where you're listening from. Let me know what time it is for you. I'm up a little bit earlier this morning. Have some work to do. Before we get into the discussion, I just want to let you guys know, because I know people are coming into the chat already. People are going to be listening to this later on. That the one thing as well, all right, so we didn't do the live stream, but we got the video up yesterday, but I've been very busy working on my nutrition guide, all right, working on my nutrition guide. That way I can get that up for you guys as soon as possible, and I believe that it's going to be up within the next week. All right, I already have 6 chapters done. All right, there's a few more chapters that we have left. I think it's going to be about 14, 15 chapters in all. But now I'm sort of on the part that I've done all my research on. We're going to start hammering that, making sure that it's great value for you guys. So be on the lookout for that ultimate nutrition guide. Nice, simple guide to nutrition, which I think you guys are going to be able to take a lot of value from. So I just wanted to get that out there because I know people are going to be listening to this later on, and I've talked about it before. And we're moving on. 6 chapters are done. I have my intro done, have my conclusion done. Now we're just on the finishing touches of that nutrition guide. So I just wanted to point that out there for you guys. It is coming hopefully within the next week. Got to finish it, got to proofread like crazy, got to get it some nice pictures up, make it look good, and then it will be available to everyone and available to all members, all right? All members will get the ebook for free, and then it will be available for everyone else for that $4.99, somewhere in and around there purchase. But members will be getting that free. So I just wanted to point that out there before we got into our chat, because I know some people have been messaging me about the ebook. So I just thought I'd get that out there. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, Tammy, good morning. You guys are in here early. Jeez, thank you so much. Tammy, good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you so much. 5:30 a.m. in great state of Mississippi. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. Priscilla, 3:40 a.m. all the way out there in California. Our Western friends, thank you so much. I appreciate having you in here, Priscilla. Thank you very much at 3:40 a.m. Amazing. Lester, pleasant morning to you as well. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in here so early, getting started on our discussion of some of the supplements, again, that I think are some of the important ones that we might want to be thinking about and that we probably should be taking in 2022, especially in the times that we're living in now. That's what we want to make sure our focus is on today. All right. One of the things that I'm going to point out as we get into this supplement talk, all right, do you have to take these supplements? No. Can they help to improve your overall health? Yes, they absolutely can. All right. They can fill in gaps. Maybe if we're deficient in a few nutrients, if we're deficient in a few specific vitamins, and a couple of them are actually, all right, not vitamins in and of themselves. All right. So a little surprise for you guys. Now, we got the ebook out of the way. Just know, guys, that ebook is coming free for all members, all right, who have hit that join button. Again, I know you guys have been getting a lot of emails about the nutrition guide, so be on the lookout within that next week. So let's talk a little bit about the supplements here. Now, the first and foremost, the thing that I would say is we want to make sure that we're focusing on our nutrition in the first place, okay? So we want to make sure that we're focusing on getting in all micronutrients, all right? Making sure our macronutrients are healthy, making sure we're getting a wide variety of fruits, vegetables. You know, we've talked a little bit about healthy fats. We talked a little bit about fermented foods, things of that nature. But now let's kind of switch onto another gear and talk about, you know, maybe we don't like fermented foods. Maybe, you know, we're a little bit low in vegetables, all right? Let's talk about some ways that we can close the gaps and fill in some of the gaps so that, one, we're not only staying away from nutrient deficiency, but we're also making sure that we're getting in our recommended daily value of certain vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that we're going to be talking about today, and other ways that we can improve our overall health. Because what a lot of these supplements, and when I say supplements, guys, I'm going to be talking a lot about vitamins and minerals, all right? I'm not talking about, I know a lot of people work out and things like that. We're not talking about workout supplements, right? I know it can have potential to help in that nature, but we're talking about nutrition-wise, all right? So supplements that are going to be supporting our overall nutrition and our overall health specifically. So again, thank you to everyone who's in chat. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. We're already at 16. We've only been going for about 5 minutes here. I appreciate you guys. 18 right now. Thank you so much. So let's get right into the first one here, guys. I always get questions from clients, all right, and people who I'm doing consultations with, all right. They really get into, you know, really specific types of supplements that they want to take. Maybe they have a friend that's taking it. Maybe they read somewhere that it can be, you know, have great potential for their overall health. I think when we're starting with supplementation, all right, talking about vitamin and mineral supplementation, we have to stick with the basics. We cover the basics first, and then if you want to start adding to that, then you can absolutely do it. Susan, thank you so much. Good morning to you. Appreciate having you here so early. Thank you, Susan. As always, a lot of familiar faces. Appreciate you guys. So we need to make sure that we start with the basics, because a lot of the times people don't have the basics covered. All right, and then they start adding in all of these different supplements, all right, wide range of supplements, when we don't even have our basics covered. So let's start with covering, all right, the most basic sort of micronutrients that we can. And so the first thing that I would recommend to you, all right, if we're going to be taking a supplement, right, one of the supplements that we need to be taking, especially right now, to stay healthy, to optimize our overall health, to boost our immune system and reduce chronic disease, is a multivitamin, all right? Again, there's many multivitamins out there. And good morning to you, Mora Diva. Thank you so much. Let me try to pronounce that. Morisa Datu Mordiva. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize. Morris for short. Sorry about that if I'd mispronounced that. Thank you. Important information. My pleasure. My pleasure, Morris. Thank you so much. 5:15 p.m. in India. Great to have you from India, G Ready. And I apologize, Morris, if I mispronounced that wrong, but it's great to have you in chat, my friend. Thank you. So the first one we want to think about is a multivitamin. Why? Multivitamins, guys, all right, its main purpose, all right, for multivitamins is to fill in what I would call, all right, nutritional gaps. Maybe we're deficient in certain micronutrients. Maybe there's certain micronutrients that we're not getting. Right? Maybe there's certain things in a multivitamin which we can take. One of the multivitamins that I take, all right, is a little bit higher in antioxidants. I want the immune system boosting effects from that, the anti-inflammatory benefits from that, all right, the antioxidant benefits from it, all right. So the nice thing about the multivitamin is it can provide a vast array, a large amount, all right, of different helpful nutrients and also chemicals, all right, healthy phytochemicals, all right, that are naturally found in foods. All right, so maybe if our diet is lacking in certain foods, maybe if we're not eating enough, vegetables, maybe certain vegetables, all right, you might be a little bit low in K1, let's say, for instance, vitamin K. Maybe we're a little bit low on dark leafy green vegetables. Then I think a multivitamin can be super helpful for you. All right, remember, multivitamins are going to contain probably, all right, at least the 13, all right, essential vitamins and 15 essential minerals that are optimal for your health. All right, that's why it's great to start with a multivitamin. All right, a multivitamin can help fill in those gaps in a number of different ways, guys. And if you look at a lot of different multivitamins, all right, we have other compounds in there as well. You might find something like ginkgo biloba in there, all right, or some other extract found in a multivitamin. All right, but we cover our base for the 13 essential vitamins and 15 essential minerals for optimizing our overall health. And to do that, we can do that through a multivitamin. All right, it's kind of like a one shot to cover everything, cover our basis. All right, remember, we want to stick to the basics. The multivitamin, all right, is one that I would always recommend, all right, covering first. All right, let me make sure I'm not missing your comments. Kathleen, great to see you. Good morning from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you so much, Kathleen. I appreciate you coming in here so much, supporting the channel each and every stream. Thank you, Kathleen. Lester as well. Thank you, Lester. Great to have you in here. Just got through eating 2 bowls of bran flakes and blueberries. Very nice. Cranberries and a little bit of honey with a multivitamin. That's awesome, Lester. Got your multivitamin in. It's a nice idea, G Ready. Maybe we'll do that in the future. Right now, I like sticking with these two since there are thumbnails to our streams, and I just really enjoy these 2 pictures. To be honest with you, nice fruits, vegetables, healthy fats. Really enjoy them, but maybe that's something that we can do later on. But right now, I think we'll stick to these 2. Christine, good morning to you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me so early. I really appreciate it. Like I said, all of these familiar faces coming in, I really appreciate having you guys in here. All right, now the other things, all right, that we see through multivitamins. Well, again, we take the multivitamins to make sure we're covering all of our basic needs, all right, when it comes to micronutrients. All right, we can be deficient or a little bit low, all right. We might not have a total deficiency in certain vitamins and minerals. Some's much easier to get than others. All right, but we want to make sure that we're keeping at that range of the daily recommended value. All right, your daily recommended value of, let's say, potassium, iron, copper, some of those ones, all right, that we don't always think about. Pantothenic acid, all right, we think about vitamin C, vitamin A, all right, all of those different ones. A little bit easier to get than, say, like your pantothenic acid, all right, some certain B vitamins, all right, copper, all right, maybe even iron or zinc. All right, all of those other different ones, phosphorus, for instance. All right, we can make sure that we're covered in all of those essential vitamins and minerals, guys. And again, that's only going to support our overall health. Just remember the thumbs up. Thank you, Christine. I see we're already at 22 or 23 now. So thank you, Christine. I appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs up. I love the 2 pictures. Thank you, Christine. I do too as well. They got a little bit of everything, and I've been using them as the thumbnails. All right, I think as we start to progress a little bit, you'll start to see my face a little bit, all right, on the thumbnails, maybe. All right, we'll talk a little bit about it, but I think right now using the thumbnails, a nice little background here. Thank you, Christine. So the multivitamins, guys, start for the first ones, all right, stick to the basics, all right? We don't need to start adding in other things. If we're not taking our multivitamin, okay, we're missing out on potential health benefits, all right, and potentially missing out on essential vitamins and minerals. The other nice thing is that many multivitamins, all right, include enzymes that boost immunity, all right? That's a big thing, especially like I said at the very beginning. In the world that we're living in today, multivitamins can help to boost your immunity. They can also help to keep nerves, so the nervous system, and your organs functioning properly. We see this in numerous studies, all right, because we're helping, all right, to reduce nutrient deficiencies, all right? So very, very important, all right? We also know that through a number of different studies, right, multivitamins can help to increase, right, right, and help to sort of maintain, all right, so increase and maintain, all right, regulation of bodily processes, all right, so basically supporting overall health and optimizing health, all right, which is very important. Now, the one thing I will also point out is a multivitamin a one sort of a magical pill that can fix all? Absolutely not. But it can help to fill in the gaps. What we mentioned before, its main purpose is to fill in nutritional gaps. All right, especially, all right, if there's foods that we're sort of not eating, staying away from. Say you're low in dark leafy green vegetables. All right, say you're low in berries. All right, healthy fats, things of that nature. We can make sure we're filling in the gaps. All right, but we also know that multivitamins can play an important role with nutrition requirements when they're not met through our diet, through the foods that we're eating. All right, so don't underestimate your multivitamin, guys. There's lots of different enzymes. All right, when we look at what is in a multivitamin, again, it's not just those 13 vitamins and 15 essential minerals. All right, there's other enzymes, there's other healthy compounds that are going to be in it. A lot of the times, multivitamins, all right, will contain, like I said, herbs, ginkgo biloba, all right, other important herbs. All right, sometimes they will contain essential amino acids, all right, leucine, lysine, all right, all of those important amino acids that we need for optimal health, all right, and sometimes we even see fatty acids. Now, they'll be on the lower end, but the important thing is, remember, multivitamins are to fill in the gap. You're not going to get, 100% RDI, so recommended daily intake of all of these micronutrients and even some of these macronutrients and other enzymes and compounds. All right, it's not always going to be 100%, and most likely it's not going to be, but it's to fill in the gaps. Okay. Now, just make sure if you're taking a multivitamin, we want to make sure, again, that some of the ingredients don't interact with medications that we're taking. That's always super important. You can talk to your healthcare provider or medical practitioner, all right, to make sure. If you are on certain medications, if you're going to start a new supplement, I would always have that conversation with them, all right? Now, the other important thing is that we see, and again, please feel free to ask your questions, guys. I know our topic is on supplements today. All right, the first one being multivitamin, all right, just because of the ability to fill in gaps, all right? Maybe fill in some of the gaps that we're missing from certain foods in our diet. Maybe we're missing out on certain micronutrients. We're missing out on some of these important herbs and enzymes as well. But please feel free to ask other questions. All right, you guys are more than welcome to ask your questions as well. Remember, this is a free-flowing discussion, so please feel free to ask your questions as well. So the multivitamin, guys, that's one of the first ones that I always tell my clients. I'll always make sure that I point out, yes, we can take, certain supplements, certain herbs, but I think the multivitamin is a nice one to start with. Again, there's some good studies out there, some decent studies, right, that can show the benefits of taking a multivitamin and reducing the risk of heart disease. All right. Why? Because we're getting in those healthy minerals. All right. Again, what are the healthy vitamins and minerals for our heart? One is going to be potassium, magnesium, manganese, even calcium is going to be important. All right. Making sure that we're getting our daily multivitamin in, all right, is going to help us to get those healthy vitamins and minerals. And by getting those healthy vitamins and minerals, a lot of studies, numerous studies, guys. So again, I don't like just picking a hand-picked study, one that shows a certain sort of, that'll sort of fit into a narrative. Multiple studies out there that show a reduced risk of heart disease, heart attacks, all right, and other heart health complications. All right, and again, we need to be taking our multivitamin. All right, try to be taking it daily. All right, we don't need to overdo it. Follow, what the instructions are. All right, if it says take one, take one. If we have to take two, all right, we take two. All right, follow the guides there, guys. How about trace mineral drops? It's a very important question, Christine. Right? The nice thing about a multivitamins, a lot of the times you'll find your trace minerals in there as well. All right, so excellent point. With a multivitamin, right, like I said, you're not only going to get those 13 essential vitamins and 15 essential minerals, but also, sometimes you'll find herbs, amino acids, all right, sometimes fatty acids, but also your trace minerals, all right, and those can be a little bit tougher to get in through diet, especially hitting your daily recommended value. All right, so we know that for a multivitamin, all right, trace minerals are going to be taken care of as well. Right, now, we also see, right, numerous studies, guys. All right, numerous studies, and especially again with the world that we live in, all right, with multivitamins, especially if we're taking a good one, I would try to take, if you can, non-tablet multivitamins, so powdered, capsuled form. Some are even in liquid form. If you're only able to take the tablets, that's fine as well, as long as you're getting something in. But I would go with powdered or liquid just because of the absorption rate. All right, tablets are poorly absorbed by the body. But again, take what you can get. If again, a lot of it comes down to cost. But that's why I think even with taking a multivitamin, right, you're not adding in these other 10 supplements, all right, that could be covered through your multivitamin. All right, so it can be very cost effective as well taking your multivitamin. All right, but with multivitamins as well, we see other purposes being served. All right, other improvements in our overall health. One being brain function. All right, we see through numerous studies. Again, all right, I think I can count something. I wrote down almost 10 different studies that show certain supplementations with multivitamins, making sure that we have a wide range of micronutrients, trace minerals, those enzymes. We have those fatty acids, sometimes our herbs, that we can improve brain function. All right. Memory in older adults can be improved. All right. Multivitamins may also be able to affect mood. All right. Because we don't have those deficiencies. Something like a vitamin D deficiency can, really take its toll on how our moods are. All right. We see a lot of correlation between, even vitamin D and other vitamins and minerals. Right. And the correlation between nutrient deficiency and mood disorders. All right, one of them, which research has sort of shown and revealed, is links between poor mood and nutrient deficiencies. And remember, the main focus and the main primary reason why we're taking a multivitamin is to stay away from those nutrient deficiencies. We're filling in the gaps of all of those trace minerals, as Christine brought up, all of the essential vitamins and minerals, and even enzymes, amino acids, and the list goes on and on. All right, so when we have these nutritional supplements like a multivitamin, we can reduce symptoms, and we found this in numerous studies, of depression, all right, anxiety, all right, other mood disorders. Now, again, it's a complicated subject. All right, so make sure you speak with your medical practitioner. Just because you add a multivitamin, all right, doesn't necessarily you're 100% going to, change how your mood is being affected. All right, it can help, but it's a complicated situation, complicated disorder. So we need to make sure we're speaking with our medical practitioner as well. So multivitamins, guys, I think the important thing when it comes to a multivitamin is, all right, it's one thing that we can take that's going to, all right, one, support our overall health in a number of different ways. All right. Is it going to be sort of take a multivitamin and then everything's going to be okay? We don't have to focus on nutrition at all? Absolutely not. All right. One, we know that optimal vitamin intake, all right, can prevent chronic disease. Right? There's been many long-term studies that look at that correlation. Right? We also know, right, that multivitamins are important when it comes to hitting our recommended daily value of nutritional requirements. All right? Especially if we're not doing it through diet alone. Multivitamins can fit in the gap. All right? We just need to make sure that we're taking a good multivitamin. We can do a little bit of research. Make sure that we read the labels. All right? Look at the labels. That's the most important thing. It's going to be advertised as being able to do this. It contains that. But if we look at the labels and do a little bit of research, then we know exactly what's in our multivitamins. So, Multivitamin, right off the bat, again, some people might find that, a lot of people sometimes will find that sort of as a boring one, right? Well, multivitamin, of course, we need to take that. But I think a lot of people will overlook taking a multivitamin, right? It's important, all right, for our overall health, for a well-balanced diet even, because don't forget, our diet includes taking in the right amount of micronutrients and different types of enzymes, herbs, all right? I think a multivitamin can be very, very powerful in that regard, guys. So the first one that I think that we need to start with to cover the basics, all right, is going to be your multivitamin. Okay, again, there's a bunch of different health benefits that we see when it comes to multivitamins. Our is it gonna, do we take the multivitamin and not have to think about nutrition at all anymore because we took our multivitamin? Absolutely not. All right. It's to fill in the gaps. It's to help to improve our overall health and to stay away from nutrient deficiencies, guys. Again, please feel free to ask your questions. We're talking about our supplements, but the floor is open. All right, stick to nutrition. If you want to ask about certain supplements, go ahead and ask about certain supplements as well. All right, so the first one I think that we need to stick to is our multivitamin. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. Now, the other important one, all right, let's move on to our next one. We start with a multivitamin. All right, keep it simple. Again, we don't need to start adding in, 8, 10, 15 different supplements. All right, if we stick to the basics, we can make sure that we're improving and optimizing our overall health, and a multivitamin can do that. All right, especially in the world we live in where a lot of people aren't getting their minerals, all right, and trace minerals or vitamins or nutrients from the foods that they're eating. A multivitamin can help fit in that gap. Now let's talk about the next important one. If I was going to recommend a supplement, all right, to someone, I think the next important one will be a fish oil supplement, guys. Now, when I say fish oil supplement, it can be cod liver oil, all right? But a fish oil supplement is another important one that we need to be taking, all right? Fish oil for a number of different reasons, all right? There's a lot of health benefits that come from taking fish oil, and it's often overlooked. Again, if you have allergies to certain, fish or fatty fish or anything like that, of course, speak with your medical practitioner. But I think taking a fish oil can have a huge effect on our overall health. And like I said before, it's often overlooked. All right, a lot of people will be taking different types of vitamins and minerals, all right, but not focusing on oils, omega-3s. We've talked a lot in our live streams about how important omega-3s are to our overall health. All right, so fish oil supplementation, all right, one of the most important supplements that we can be taking, guys. Now, a number of reasons for that. All right. Now, we're talking about dietary supplements. Yes, you can get the benefits of taking a fish oil supplement from things like salmon, from other fatty fish like mackerel, sardines, anchovies. But let's say that you're vegan or vegetarian. Let's say you're not a fan of salmon or mackerel. I know a lot of my clients aren't, and a lot of people who I do consultations with, all right, don't enjoy eating salmon. So the easiest way to get fish oil for them and for most people and for myself, all right, especially if we want to be getting it on a day-by-day basis or taking it regularly, all right, because for myself, all right, I know the importance of salmon. I know the importance of fatty fish. It's just not in my diet on a day-to-day basis, guys. I can cover that in through supplementation, taking a fish oil, where its ingredients are, I think it's anchovies, sardines, might even be mackerel in there, okay? So I'm making sure that I'm covering my basis with that fish oil. The other important thing with a fish oil supplement, guys, is we're getting EPA and DHA. Some of them also have vitamin D. All right, so a lot of health benefits with fish oil. Think about it. Fish oil is one of the most important ones, but also if we're not a fan of those fatty fish, all right, the other, sort of our omega-3, all right, foods, then fish oil supplement can be very, very helpful for our overall health. So the first would be keeping it simple, multivitamin, all right, a nice multivitamin that contains our essential vitamins, our essential minerals, our trace minerals, herbs, enzymes, amino acids, all of that great stuff. And then the next one that I would, propose to you guys is taking a fish oil supplement. Now, why a fish oil supplement? One, again, it's going to be rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Again, a lot of the times, all right, we don't focus enough on omega-3 fatty acids and just how important those are for our overall health. If we're focusing on healthy fats and we're getting healthy fats in, whether that be, avocados, certain nuts and seed varieties, other healthy fats, avocado oil, sometimes coconut oil, olive oil, whatever it might be. Yes, we are getting in some healthy fats there, right? But we aren't always getting a rich source of omega-3 fatty acids. It's very easier, or at least much easier, for us to get omega-6s, omega-9s. A lot of that times that important ratio between omega-3s and omega-6s is going to be off. It's a lot easier to get those omega-3 polyunsaturated fats in. Also, those other foods that I mentioned, they're going to be high in monounsaturated fats. All right, which again are very, very healthy. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's a great thing. We want monounsaturated fats. We want polyunsaturated fats. We want to stay away from saturated fats as best we can, and we totally want to stay away from trans fats. But we also need to make sure that we're focusing on omega-3s, guys. Omega-3 fatty acids, and fish oil supplements can do that for us. So what are some of the health benefits of taking fish oil supplements? All right. Many different ones, all right? And the important thing is, in an omega-3 fish oil supplement, like I said, you're getting an EPA and DHA, right? But we're also getting an alpha-linoleic acid, all right? So ALA, all right? So EPA, DHA, ALA, all right? Alpha-linoleic acid. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the EPA. I've done it on stream before, all right? Sometimes I can hit them, but today I don't know if it's the day. But EPA and DHA, all right, very, very important. All right, there's a lot of health benefits that are associated with ALA, which is also an essential fatty acid, your alpha-linoleic acid, all right, and also EPA and DHA, all right. So that's the also important part of having an omega-3 supplement like fish oil. Okay, so focus on that. Focus on your fish oil along with your multivitamin. Those are going to be the first two. Now let's talk about some other important health benefits when it comes to taking fish oil. As I pointed out before, especially more so in a Western diet, but also around the world, all right, is we have this sort of, like I said, distorted ratio of fatty acids, of omega-3s and other fats like omega-6s. We need to make sure we're getting in our omega-3s, guys. There's been numerous studies that if we have that distorted ratio, if we're off a little bit, say we're getting more of the other fatty acids, but neglecting omega-3s, right, that can increase the risk, or at least contribute, all right, to increasing the risk of a bunch of different diseases. And that's shown in numerous studies. All right, so you might say, Coach Nate, why is a fish oil supplement so important? Well, we know that we're getting omega-3s. We know that we are focusing on EPA, DHA, and ALA, your alpha-linoleic acid, which is a fatty acid in and of itself. But we're also making sure that we're reducing the risk of numerous chronic diseases and numerous diseases by increasing the ratio, all right, and getting a better ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s and other fatty acids, guys. That's going to contribute to your overall health and optimal health. Okay? So, very, very important, omega-3s, guys. Fish oil can really do a great job at that. You can even get some vitamin D. I know there's fortified vitamin D supplements and K2 as well, all right, in some of these supplements. Now, with fish oil, all right, let's talk about some specific health benefits as well. Not only omega-3s, but also some of the specific health benefits of taking a fish oil supplement. Why it's on my list for if you were going to be taking a supplement, fish oil should probably be on that list along with a multivitamin. Those are going to be our first two. All right, now the nice thing with fish oil supplementation is that we know heart disease, like I mentioned in numerous streams, and something I'm very passionate about, especially reading a lot on cardio, but on the circulatory system, is heart disease is our leading cause of death worldwide right now. All right, remember we said over 25% of individuals are going to have some sort of heart health complication, all right, which can eventually lead to heart disease. All right, and then that's why we have so many individuals, all right, suffering from heart disease, and eventually that being the leading cause of death. Now, what we see in numerous studies again, all right, and that's the important thing. These aren't hand-picked studies, all right, numerous studies that show, right, that individuals who take fish oil, all right, who supplement with fish oil, right, and are increasing the omega-3s are going to have much lower rates of heart disease, all right, which is amazing, all right. So what can fish oil consumption do for us? All right, well, one, all right, it can help to lower cholesterol levels, all right, lower bad LDL cholesterol and increase good HDL cholesterol, all right. You can look up the studies on that. I found 10 studies that found the lowering of cholesterol when taking fish oil supplements, guys. Amazing. It can also lower triglycerides significantly. Again, 5 studies right off the bat that were super easy for me to find, all right? So lowering cholesterol levels, bad LDL cholesterol, and also total cholesterol, increasing good HDL cholesterol, and lowering triglycerides. That's going to have amazing heart health benefits for us. And remember, heart health, super important right now. Heart disease, the leading cause of death worldwide, about 0.25%, and that number is going to go up and up. I think I read a study that by 2030, about a third of the world, all right, world population is going to be dealing with some sort of heart disease or heart, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, high blood pressure, hypertension, going to be dealing with some sort of complication when it comes to overall heart health. Fish oil can be very, very important for increasing overall and supporting overall heart health. Again, we even see, even in small doses, so if you're taking fish oil regularly, even if it's in a smaller dose, so it can be cost effective for us, all right, it can help to reduce blood pressure for those individuals who have high blood pressure levels. Again, numerous studies. Okay. Now, the last thing that I'll also say, just about, because I don't want to harp on it too much, I think you guys get the point. Fish oil, very, very healthy for our heart, especially those omega-3s. All right, but it's also going to help to reduce plaque buildup in the arteries, also in our blood vessels, but arteries is the main thing that I found in our studies. If we have plaque buildup in our arteries, it causes them to harden, guys. All right, it's also going to promote, all right, something, and not a good promotion, but it's also going to help promote and lead to atherosclerosis, which is the hardening of the arteries. All right, so fish oil, super important for our overall health. Okay, so make sure, again, if you're taking your fish oil, again, you're getting those amazing omega-3 fatty acids. Krill oil, yes, krill oil, all right, is is a nice one. It's nice that you're pointing that out, Tammy. All right, fish oil, that's really growing in popularity, I have to admit. All right, as an alternative to fish oil. Okay, so a lot of the things that I've just mentioned for fish oil, you could use as a supplement. Like I said, all right, these are the supplements I would recommend. Do you have to take them exactly as I'm mentioning them? No, you can use them in different ways. Like krill oil can be one, cod liver oil, which I mentioned earlier, can be another one. All right, but the nice thing about krill oil, all right, is that it's going to have DHA and EPA, all right, types of omega-3 fats. All right, I don't know if it has the ALA in it, all right, but we know that you're going to be getting omega-3 fatty acids from krill oil, all right, EPA and DHA, all right, which is very, very nice. All right, also heart health. Okay, so that's why I think, your fish oil is so important. All right, so important, especially when it's coming to supplementation, guys, because it can be one of those things that's hard to get, especially if we're not eating a ton of fatty fish, which we don't want to necessarily eat, all right, or it's very, very hard for us to consume on a daily basis. Krill type of fish. How would I best describe krill? All right, krill, I think, is sort of more of a crustacean, all right. Some of those smaller crustaceans, it's almost like it looks, when I look at krill, I always think of like shrimp, which is quite interesting. But yeah, a lot of the times, like, you'll be your crustacean, it's sort of shrimp like in nature. But like I said, krill, you can supplement with krill oil. That's fine as well. You're going to get a lot of the same health benefits. I like fish oil. All right, it's kind of a progression from krill oil in my opinion. All right, just because you're going to be getting that ALA as well. Okay, ALA, alpha linoleic acid. You're going to find a little bit of that in krill oil as well, but fish oil is really going to bring that out. There's tons of health benefits for our fish oil. But great question, Tammy. Thank you for bringing that up. So fish oil supplementation. Let's just go through the other ones. We know tons of heart health benefits. All right. We also know that fish oil can help to reduce inflammation. All right. And through the reduction of inflammation, it's going to help boost our immune system naturally. Right? And when we reduce inflammation, especially chronic inflammation, right, we know that we're reducing the risk of certain chronic diseases as well. All right, non-communicable diseases. All right, so what I mean by that is obesity, diabetes, heart disease, even certain mood disorders. All right, so reducing inflammation is very, very important. Not only can fish oil do that, but multivitamins can do that as well. All right, that's the important thing. Why? Because multivitamins are going to cover your antioxidants. All right, like your vitamin A, your vitamin E, vitamin C, other important enzymes, other important amino acids. These are why I'm saying these 5 supplements are very, very important and ones that you want to stick to if you're starting a supplementation sort of regimen. Primi, that's a great question. All right, I think if you're looking at like sea bass, yes, it can definitely have health benefits. All right, if we're thinking about sea bass, all right, when we're it's going to be a little bit lower in nutritional benefits than say like your sardines, fatty fish, and things like that. But sea bass, all right, can give you a nice dose of omega-3 fats, all right, EPA and DHA, all right. So yes, absolutely, it has a pretty good nutrient profile when it comes to your micronutrients like magnesium and potassium. Also has a little bit of selenium in there. I don't think there's anything wrong with sea bass. You just have to be careful with its mercury levels, all right. With things like sea bass and things like that, I'd be a little bit cautious of eating that every single day. That's why I like fish oil supplementation. All right, you can sort of get around a little bit of the mercury that's in that. It's the same with tuna and things of that nature. Sea bass has a lot of health benefits to it. It can't go unstated. All right, if I was sitting here and saying there's no health benefits to sea bass, all right, then I wouldn't be doing a good job explaining the importance of or at least the potential health benefits for sea bass. We also know, I think I've done studies. I've never done a video on sea bass, I don't think. All right. Maybe I have. I can't quite remember. It's not popping out to me. But we also know that through those fatty acids, of course, because it has omega-3 fatty acids, again, you're going to get the cardiovascular disease lowering risk factor. You're going to get the blood pressure benefits, all right, cholesterol benefits, and things like that. All right, you're also going to get some of the micronutrients. All right, you're going to get the macronutrients. Obviously, it's very high in protein. All right, it's a good source of healthy fats. Just be careful of mercury levels. All right, I would eat, again, speak with your medical practitioner, but things like tuna, sea bass, I wouldn't eat more than twice a week. All right, I would keep it at that. Is salmon okay eating for high cholesterol patients? Well, as we saw, things like fatty fish, omega, and salmon, all right, again, a lot is included in that fatty fish category. Absolutely, it's probably the main, all right, fish that's included in there. As we saw, all right, some of the heart health benefits was its reduction, all right, in bad LDL cholesterol and total cholesterol, as well as significant reduction in triglycerides, blood pressure, increasing good HDL cholesterol, which is very, very important. All right, being able to not only reduce bad LDL cholesterol, but raise good HDL cholesterol. A lot of foods do not do that. A lot of supplements will not do that. All right, so I'll include salmon in your fish oil supplementation. Right, you're getting that 1-2 punch, increasing HDL cholesterol, decreasing LDL cholesterol. Numerous studies that show that, all right, a little bit of a reduction in total cholesterol levels as well. All right, the nice thing about HDL cholesterol is it can actually help regulate bad LDL cholesterol and prevent LDL oxidation. I think if you have high cholesterol, pure me, that's sort of my little spiel on it. I think if you have high cholesterol, of course you're going to want to be speaking with your medical practitioner. You might be on medication for high cholesterol. Okay, there could be some interactions, all right, with your medication. All right, I think salmon, all right, we see the benefits of fish oil and heart health, especially with cholesterol. All right, but again, speak to your medical practitioner. Just because if you have high cholesterol, again, I don't know your full medical history. I don't know how high your cholesterol is, right, and things of that nature. I don't know if there's other, comorbidities or things of that nature. But what I can tell you is fatty fish, we've seen studies where it can be very beneficial for lowering cholesterol, especially LDL cholesterol, raising good HDL cholesterol. But as I always say, please speak with your medical practitioner because you might be on medications, you might have other health complications. Not saying that you do, but just, I'm not sure. But we know that it can be helpful for, cholesterol levels. Thank you very much. God bless you. Well, thank you very much, Pure Me. Thank you for your question, and please speak with your medical practitioner. But thank you for your question. All right, so like I said, it can reduce inflammation, and that's very, very important, guys. These supplements, all right, one of the major things is we want to look at the reduction of inflammation. All right, why? Because reducing inflammation is so important with reducing serious illness and chronic disease, non-communicable. And again, what I mean by that is things like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, osteoporosis, things of that nature. All right, chronic diseases. All right, we know that fish oil has strong anti-inflammatory properties, guys. This is shown in numerous studies, right, which can help, again, all right, reduce the risk of chronic inflammation, therefore decreasing the risk of chronic disease, all right, which is very, very important. All right, I think fish oil supplement is great, and a lot of the reasons why I will suggest fish oil, other reasons why I would, right, is that it can significantly improve your joints, all right, joint health specifically, all right, which a lot of other supplements, all right, yes, they can in some of their ways, maybe their antioxidant effects, but we see in numerous studies that fish oil supplements can significantly improve joint health. All right, so by that, I'm talking about it being able to reduce joint pain, stiffness, all right, swelling, things of that nature. It can be very, very helpful for individuals with arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, people who have pain in their joints, right? I think that's one of the main reasons as well why I would recommend a fish oil supplement for you guys. All right, it's also just a healthy fat. All right. The other important thing is there's now studies that are showing, all right, that by using fish oil supplementation, it can help with the digestive system. All right. Why? Because a lot of things like, let's say, irritable bowel syndrome, all right, or inflammatory bowel disease, all right, both of those kind of going hand in hand. They're both inflammatory diseases, all right. We're showing that fish oil may be able to improve, all right, and reduce some of the symptoms that are caused by those sorts of diseases, all right, those inflammatory diseases. So, fish oil is right up there, guys. I think the other thing, and again, it's a complicated subject, but we see that fish oil supplementation and omega-3s, all right, again, I'm not just saying this, it's backed up through studies. Again, I always think you should speak with your medical practitioner, but fish oil supplementation specifically and getting those omega-3 supplements can help to improve symptoms of depression, all right, mood disorders, and things of that nature. Again, does that mean taking fish oil is going to, cure or reduce completely, all right, certain depressive symptoms or mood disorders or things of that nature? Absolutely not, but we showed that it can help to improve those symptoms, all right. Also, all right, we see that EPA and DHA, so the other fatty acids, can also help to reduce depressive symptoms. All right. Again, that's why I keep going back to fish oil specifically. All right. The interesting thing is that, people who had, things like depression, anxiety, all right, the research showed that those individuals tended to have lower levels of omega-3s, sort of blood levels of omega-3s. So, that's where you can see the correlation, all right, and quite a strong correlation with mood, all right. Individuals who had lower omega-3s in blood levels, all right, tended to be a little bit more susceptible to things like depression, anxiety, all right. And again, depression, man, is it out there in today's world, especially with COVID and everything like that. Mental health has only increased, all right, along with things, all right, other mental disorders, all right. That's why fish oil supplementation is one of my recommendations for individuals. We want to make sure that we're staying away from lower omega-3 blood levels, all right, because again, studies suggest, all right, and we're just talking about the studies here. This isn't coming from a medical practitioner, all right, but studies suggest that people with lower omega-3 blood levels, all right, are more susceptible to certain mental disorders such as depression, okay? Fish oil supplementation can help prevent the onset or even improve those symptoms. So very, very important. Okay, I won't get any more into, moods and things like that. There's other information out there in studies, but again, it's very, very complicated situation. You need to make sure you speak with your medical practitioner. It's just picking out a good quality one. That's absolutely true. You're absolutely true, Tammy. It's just picking out a good quality one. Do you have one that you would suggest? Great question. All right, so for my fish oil supplementation, all right, I've been taking it for so long, the name of it right off the top of my head doesn't even, I can't even remember it right off the top of my head, but I think a good quality one, all right, look at the ingredient list. All right, so what I look for in a good fish oil supplementation, guys, in a fish oil supplement, all right, one that has a good sort of ratio with EPA and DHA, because we need good ratios of that as well, all right, just like we need good ratios of omega-3 and omega-6s, all right. Look at the ingredients list, all right. Do we have things like anchovies, sardines, sometimes even salmon, all right. Mackerel is going to be in it sometimes. I think those are your important ones. Those are a good quality fish oil, all right. And again, I would recommend, if it was good quality as well, sometimes you're going to find things like vitamin D in it, all right? So the other important thing is that we want to make sure, all right, we're staying away from ones that are high in mercury, all right? And we can do this with just a little bit of research, all right? Just a little bit of research, looking what are the fatty fish omega-3 sources. Start with that, all right? What are the EPA and DHA ratios, all right? If we can find that out, and we know that the EPA and DHA ratios are a nice one, same thing with the omega-3s, all right? And look at the amount, all right? The fish oil supplement that I take has 5 grams of fish oil in it, all right? So that's a nice one. If we're getting 5 grams of that healthy fat, all right, that's per teaspoon. That's only a teaspoon worth, so it's not a huge dose. All right, I know that's a good, clean, quality fish oil supplement. All right, look how much is in the dosage. All right, if you have to take a lot, all right, then we know that there's a lot of fillers. All right, we know that it might not be the best with omega-3s or EPA and DPA, DHA, ratios. Let me look up the ratios here for you guys. So what you want, all right, just so I didn't get it backwards, all right, because a lot of people do. They think you want more EPA than DHA, but what they're finding out, some of the best ways to improve brain function for those other benefits, heart health benefits, like I was also talking about inflammation. All right, you want a 4-to-1 DHA to EPA. That's going to be another good quality fish oil and supplement for you, Tammy. Okay, so 4-to-1 DHA to EPA. All right, so optimizing EPA and DHA. That's the ratio that we want. Okay. The other important thing for a good quality fish oil supplement, make sure, all right, it has ALA in it as well. We want that alpha linolenic acid. Okay, so that's how we maximize, all right, and that's how we get the most benefits from our fish oil supplement. All right. Let me make sure. So focus, all right, on, and it should be an emphasis on a higher DHA to EPA ratio. That's what we want for a quality fish oil supplement, Tammy. Sweet Cakes, great to have you. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today in our supplement discussion. Always great to have you, Sweet Cakes. Always in here. Like I said, a lot of familiar faces. But again, good quality ones. Again, I don't like necessarily, hand picking one over the other. All right. But I think if you're looking at one that has a good DHA to EPA ratio, 4-to-1, all right, one that has alpha linolenic acid, one that's clean. So by that I mean, all right, you're not having high levels of mercury or anything like that. Also clean is going to mean that, it doesn't have to be in high doses in order to get that great ratio, all right, to get those omega-3 fats. All right, and then look at the ingredients. Where's the fish oil coming from? All right, is it anchovies, sardines, mackerel? All right, salmon sometimes will be thrown in there, but you'll see sardines and anchovies, even mackerel in there most of the time. If you're seeing ingredients like that, you're getting a nice quality fish oil. And a lot of them are good. A lot of them are very, very good. Okay, very, very quickly, we also know that fish oil, and again, all right, this is going to be super, super important, and why I would always recommend fish oil over other sort of supplements, all right, and start with a multivitamin and fish oil, is because fish oil can help to reduce liver fat, so fatty liver disease again. Right, and that's becoming more and more common. And not only is that going to be detrimental to our overall health, all right, if we're thinking optimal health through supplementation, all right, helping to sort of boost, all right, and fill in gaps for our overall health. Because remember, fish oil supplementation is filling in a gap. Absolutely it is, with omega-3 fats, all right, with EPA and DHA, with alpha linolenic acid, all right, sometimes with vitamin D if it's fortified, all right. But we know, all right, that if fat accumulates in the liver, you're decreasing the risk, or you're decreasing the function of our liver, and you're increasing the risk of liver disease, all right, which is something that we want to be staying away from. All right, the nice thing with fish oil supplementation, we've seen in numerous studies, again, I wrote down 4 here that I have, all right, it can improve liver function, all right, by reducing liver fat, all right, so improve liver function and decrease inflammation in the liver. All right, and if we're doing both of those things, then it's going to help to reduce symptoms of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, guys, particularly. All right, it can be good for both types of liver disease. All right, alcoholic and non-alcoholic liver disease, so fatty liver disease. All right, and decrease the amount of fat in the liver. All right, so you're reducing, all right, the risk, all right, taking a preventative measure, and also reversing fatty liver disease through fish oil supplementation. So what an amazing supplement. All of those things that I've just mentioned, guys. Again, it's very tough to get those omega-3 fatty acids. So again, just like our multivitamin, we're filling in the gaps to get in those important omega-3 fatty acids. Fish oil supplement, all right, one of the top 5 in my opinion. If you're going to start with supplementation, multivitamin and fish oil, guys. Start simple. All right. A lot of people will take fish oil. All right. Yes, you're going to get omega-3s, but a lot of people will take it just for its joint health benefits. All right. So a lot of people are dealing with arthritis symptoms. All right. Fish oil supplement. All right. Tons of health benefits, can help you to optimize your overall health. All right, it's the exact same thing with a multivitamin. With multivitamins, just like Christine pointed out, you're going to be getting your trace minerals and essential nutrients as well. Also those important enzymes. All right, again, it's filling in the gaps, reducing deficiencies. Those are only going to promote and lead to chronic disease, guys. Thank you so much for everyone coming in. I see we're at 34 thumbs up. Thank you, everyone. If you have more questions, please feel free to ask. Like Tammy brought up krill oil. All right. Yes, I'm saying fish oil would be probably one of your top supplements, but could you use krill oil? Absolutely. Could you use cod liver oil? Absolutely. Just make sure it's clean. Make sure you're getting good DHA to EPA ratio, making sure you have good ingredients, right? And then also making sure that there's not a bunch or a ton of mercury or high mercury levels in your fish oil as well. So let's move on to our next one, guys. So we have multivitamins and we have fish oil. Your next one that I would recommend to anyone, all right, and especially with all the coaching that I do, all the consultations that I do, all right, these are just what I would recommend. You guys are kind of getting the insight, and I will point out all of these supplements, all of the ones that I'm discussing with you today, I supplement myself. All right, so I use them as in my supplementation regime. Now, does that, take that for what it means? But I truly believe that these are important supplements. Okay, I take these on a daily basis. These are part of my daily supplement regime. Okay, now the other one, all right, that I would promote is we have our multivitamin, we have our fish oil. The next one is probably one of the most important as well, all right, is going to be probiotic supplement, guys. Probiotics. We now know through numerous studies how important probiotics are for overall gut health, all right? Probiotic supplements are one of the most important supplements that we can take, all right? We, again, start it simple, all right? With probiotics, that's going to help support everything else that we not only supplement with, but that we also consume, all right? Helping, again, to increase nutrient absorption and decrease nutrient deficiencies. Mactua, I wish I could give a good answer on that. As someone who's not a medical practitioner, all right, good for Parkinson's disease, all right, there's a lot of things out there. I just don't feel comfortable giving medical advice because, again, it can be different for certain individuals, and a lot of times you have to speak with your medical practitioner and get on medications, all right, certain medications. So if I start recommending foods, there could be certain interactions with those medications for Parkinson's disease, all right? We talked a little bit about things that are going to help the nervous system before, all right? That might be an interesting listen, but, I apologize, but when it comes to things like Parkinson's disease and, specific medical disorders, all right, I think it would just, be one of those things that if I was to start naming off certain things, I'd be doing a disservice to you guys, just because, again, I don't know the medical history, all right, and you might be on certain medications. I think that's a better question for your medical practitioner. So I wish I could give you a better answer, Mactua, but I think speak with your medical practitioner. Again, that's a very, very complicated, very serious disease, so please speak with your medical practitioner. But going back to our probiotics, guys, again, multivitamin, fish oil, probiotics. Those are the three of the five that I will always tell individuals, always in my consultations, always in my coaching, that I will always recommend to individuals. All right, if you're gonna start taking supplements, all right, those are the three that you're gonna want in your supplementation regime. Now, why probiotics? Remember, we've seen, all right, probiotics are live microorganisms, all right, good bacteria in the gut. That's one, not only going to improve the digestive system, all right, and improve digestive health, but it's linked to overall health as well, all right, and this is why it's in the list, all right, linked to overall health and the reduction of chronic disease, all right, and chronic disease risk factors, even more importantly, especially if we're getting that good balance of bacteria, all right, in our digestive system throughout the digestive tract. So it'll often be talked about improving gut health, all right, but we have improved bacteria throughout the digestive system, and of course it's going to improve gut flora as well. All right, so probiotics, guys, promote a healthy balance of gut bacteria, linked to a whole wide range of health benefits. Like I said, digestive health, immune system function. All right, you know, through your digestive health, increasing nutrient uptake, reducing nutrient deficiencies, things of that nature. If we're increasing our, say, taking a multivitamin and we're increasing the amount of nutrients that we're consuming, probiotics can only enhance, all right, those nutrients and those supplements. So very, very important. Probiotics, I think, is one of the most important things that we should be focusing on. Again, fiber helps to go with that, but focus on your probiotics. Oh, you're welcome, Mactua. God bless. Thank you so much, Mactua. Again, I wish I could give you a better answer, but please speak with your medical practitioner. And thank you so much for your question. And thank you so much for being on stream today. And, you know, I hope all is well. So probiotics, guys. One thing that we know, all right, the major thing with probiotics is it can help with that balance of good bacteria versus bad bacteria in the digestive system. All right, probiotics include good bacteria. All right, so the nice thing about probiotics, and you know, it can be tough for individuals to get probiotics into their diet. Yes, through yogurt. Yes, through some fermented foods and things like that. But I think a good probiotic supplement, all right, can be very, very, very beneficial to our overall health. Okay, and it can ensure that we're getting enough probiotics into our diet. A lot of the times people will get confused, especially with things like yogurt, all right, the difference between bacterial cultures and active bacterial cultures. We want those active bacterial cultures, and through a probiotic supplement, all right, we know that we're getting the active bacterial cultures. All right. Now, very, very important, if we have an imbalance, so if we're not focusing on probiotics, all right, so not enough good bacteria, that can promote things like illness, right? That can lead to things like chronic disease. It can also lead to inflammation within the digestive system as well. All right, so we're doing the exact opposite of promoting gut health. We're actually taking steps back. All right, it can lead to a number of digestive issues, even mental health. That's what they say. That's what studies are kind of finding out. Our gut is almost like our second brain. So by increasing probiotics, mental health issues, all right, can have the potential to decrease, all right, which is very, very important. And again, we're improving digestive health, something a little bit different, all right, than some of the other supplements we talked about. Yes, through the reduction of inflammation, but probiotics specifically can give you that boost to the digestive system, which is going to help with our immune system as well. All right. The other thing, all right, with probiotics and the digestive system, all right, is it can prevent unwanted digestive ailments, unwanted digestive issues. All right, it can reduce, all right, things, all right, like diarrhea. All right, it can promote regularity. All right, we want we want a healthy digestive system. A healthy digestive system optimizes our overall health. All right, it improves immune functioning. All right, so strengthens our immune system, which is very, very important. Okay, so again, supplementing with probiotics, all right, helping to prevent unwanted digestive ailments. All right. The other nice thing with probiotics and is often overlooked, yes, we're getting digestive health, all right, benefits. We're increasing the health of gut flora, all right, our second brain. We're increasing good bacteria throughout the digestive tract, all right, even our mental health benefits. But the other thing when we supplement with probiotics is that it can also be very, very heart healthy, which we are seeing in different studies. All right, probiotics can help to lower bad LDL cholesterol and also, all right, help to lower blood pressure levels, which is tremendous. All right, tremendous heart health benefits. We already talked about a quarter percentage of the whole entire worldwide are going to be dealing with some sort of heart health complications with heart disease, whether that be high triglyceride levels, blood pressure, often the two that we just mentioned, cholesterol and blood pressure, all right, stroke, heart attacks, things of that nature. All right, so very important with probiotics. All right, the other nice thing that we found, all right, by promoting good bacteria, all right, and the reduction of cholesterol, all right, This can occur because probiotics, all right, help to break down cholesterol through the promotion of the creation of bile, all right, in the body, which is nice, all right. Bile, a natural, occurring fluid mostly made up of cholesterol, is going to help with digestion, all right. So very, very important, all right, when it comes to probiotics. Now, we talked a little bit about the promotion of reducing LDL cholesterol. HDL cholesterol, not quite as big as a benefit. It can increase good HDL cholesterol slightly, but not really to a significant level where you're going to see a huge increase in HDL cholesterol like you would see with fish oil. That's why I think it's important to supplement with the fish oil as well, because you get that good HDL cholesterol in your diet, which is very nice. Sorry if you heard that. The other important thing is when we, lower LDL cholesterol, of course, that is going to help to increase heart health, all right, which is very, very important. Now, the other important thing when it comes to probiotics, guys, it can help to reduce high cholesterol levels, all right, reduce blood pressure. Again, modest reduction in blood pressure, but still blood pressure related benefits, all right, if we're taking probiotic supplements on a consistent basis, all right. Now, the other thing with probiotics, especially again in the world that we live in today, probiotics specifically, all right, can help to improve the immune system, all right, boost the immune system by inhibiting, all right, and destroying, all right, the growth of harmful bacteria in the gut. All right, so not only are you getting a boost in good bacteria, which is very, very important for the immune system and immune system functioning, but you're also inhibiting the growth of harmful or bad bacteria in the gut, which is going to do the exact opposite. It's going to weaken the immune system. It's going to have the potential of creating inflammation throughout the immune system. If you're having inflammation, that can lead to digestive disorders, and we know one of the main benefits of probiotics is reducing digestive ailments. Like we mentioned before, there's numerous amounts. It can help to reduce symptoms of certain bowel diseases, all right, like inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, things of that nature, all right, and then irritable bowel syndrome. That's tremendous. Huge digestive health benefits, a reduction in symptoms of certain digestive disorders. I think very, very important. But we also see that it can increase and boost immune system functioning. Tammy, did you say that probiotics lower blood? Sorry, Tammy, probiotics have the ability to lower blood pressure. So blood pressure levels. So it can help to increase heart health. Okay, so that nice boost in the immune system, I think that's tremendous today, guys. Promoting the production of natural antibodies, because remember, your immune system is your first line of defense against illness, disease, things of that nature, pathogens, things that are going to weaken the immune system. All right, probiotics can promote those natural antibodies, all right, in the gut, in the body. Also, the thing with probiotics, very, very important. This is why I love probiotic supplementation. All right, it can boost the immune system, all right, by boosting immune cells, all right, and T cells, all right. So they're also known as natural killer cells, all right. So that's going to help to improve the immune system tremendously, all right. So think about a good probiotic supplementation, keeping probiotic. Remember, good probiotic foods are out there, but a lot of the times, all right, probiotic supplements, again, used to fill in the gap, all right, if we're low in probiotics, right, again, we've had numerous discussions on probiotics and foods that are high in probiotics, all right, like your fermented foods. Fiber is super important to act as food for good bacteria in the gut. But, supplementing with probiotics can be very, very powerful, especially for all of these health benefits, and especially for not only gut health, but optimizing your overall health. Remember, we're seeing more and more studies that are showing that really gut health can support and optimize overall health, and it's known as the second brain. All right, so we want to make sure that we're supporting our overall health, guys. Probiotic supplementation is very, very important in that sense. All right, so those three, that's like the trifecta right there. All right, multivitamin, fish oil, probiotics. All right, probiotics, again, super important. Now, sometimes you'll see probiotics, just like with a number of other things, being mentioned, in sort of like a weight loss category, reducing body fat, reducing belly fat. Not too much sold on that, just from the studies that I've read. So a lot of people will start supplementing with probiotics to lose weight. I would say that the better benefits are, your digestive health, your heart health, all right, increasing good gut flora, all right, reducing bad bacteria, reducing, certain digestive ailments, preventing nutrient deficiencies. All of that stuff, I think, is what you're going to be doing, and what the main benefits of probiotics are. The weight loss supplement, it'll sort of be called like a weight loss supplement or belly fat reduction. Not really sold on that. I think the studies, aren't too, aren't very, very good, I'll be honest, on weight loss. I think a lot of it is sort of focused in and around sort of your body removing fecal matter actually out of the intestines and things like that. So that's how you're going to be losing weight. But, if we're in a surplus of calories, probiotics have absolutely no benefit for weight loss. All right. And how you can take probiotics and then automatically lose belly fat. All right. Just don't see the correlation between those two. All right. To lose belly fat, remember, we have to be in a calorie deficit. All right. We have to have weight loss. All right. And body fat loss. Okay. So, lots and lots of benefits for probiotics. All right, I think capsules and powders are your best ways to get probiotic supplements. All right, you also want to make sure, if you are taking probiotic supplements, all right, you can be taking fermented foods with it. All right, I think another thing is to make sure that your fiber is high. That way you're feeding that good bacteria. It's acting as a food source for probiotic cultures. All right, live probiotic cultures. Remember, that's what we're looking for. Active or live probiotic cultures. All right, we don't just want those probiotic cultures. All right, we want live probiotic cultures, which are found in things like fermented foods. All right, some yogurts and dairy products can contain that. But make sure, I think the best and easiest way to, get the most benefits from probiotics is through a probiotic supplement. Do you have to supplement with it? No, but it can help fill in the gap, especially if you're not a fan of fermented foods. And I know a lot of individuals aren't, all right, especially with talking with a lot of individuals, coaching, consultations, not huge fans of probiotics. Of fermented foods that are high in probiotics. Okay, so I hope that helps with, showing the importance of probiotics, guys. Just like the importance of a multivitamin, just like the importance of fish oil. Again, it can help with skin ailments and things like that, eczema. All right, the severity of eczema and things like that. That's through its reduction in inflammation throughout the body, which I think is very, very important. All right, remember that inflammation, all right, is something that's going to lead to chronic diseases, is going to lead to skin conditions, a lot of inflammatory conditions, eczema being one of them. All right, so skin conditions, but also like inflammatory bowel disease, different types of digestive ailments. So probiotics, guys, I think is a tremendous one for you. If you have any questions regarding that supplement, please feel free to ask. But I think a great start, multivitamin, fish oil, and probiotics. Probiotics are just so important in today's age. You're getting so many benefits from probiotic supplements, improving overall gut health. All right, and also by improving overall gut health, you are improving your immune system, which is super important. Now, incredible. All right, thank you so much for the 38 thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the members of the, I'll just say real quick, all right, we've been going for over an hour and 20 minutes now, all right, talking about the supplementation, all right. As I mentioned at the very beginning, all right, of the stream, I talked a lot about the ebooks that I was writing. I'm completing my nutrition guide. It's almost ready to go. All right, so the members, those individuals who have hit the join button and become Fit Team members, all right, will be getting that ebook for free. All right, I think it's a nice, simple guide to nutrition, something that you can start taking benefits, read that day, and already start taking the benefits of. All right, breaking down, all right, not some of my philosophical ideas on nutrition, but also some, carbohydrate, protein, healthy fats, vegetables, things like that. All right, breaking the importance of those macronutrients and giving some options for those macronutrients. So thank you to everyone who has joined as a Fit Team member. That's a great way. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, by the way. I just saw we hit 40. So thank you everyone who has hit the join button and become a member of the Fit Team. You guys will be getting that ebook for free. All right. And the other thing, thank you everyone who has shown support to the channel by hitting that super chat function. Remember, we're here 2 times a week, always doing our live streams. We will always get them in. Today we had to start at 6:30 a.m., but I will always make sure that I am here for you guys, talking about the latest studies, talking about some of the important things that we can do to optimize our health. So if you're interested, I think the ebook is really coming along. I'm very happy with it. I'm about 6 chapters in right now. We have a few more to go, but I do not want to rush it. I'm hoping by next week we'll have that ready for you guys. And like I said, everyone who's hit the join button and joined as a Fit Team member will be getting that ebook for free. That's one of the perks of joining as a member. Of course, it'll also be available to other individuals, all right? But individuals who support the channel through the join button will be getting that nutrition guide for free. And again, simplifying nutrition, I think that's super important right now. All right, there's just so many schools of thought when it comes to nutrition. Sometimes we can get lost, all right, in sometimes the hype, all right, or the noise that we see surrounded by certain diets and ways of eating, but we want to break it down, keep it simple. I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of that ebook. That should be ready within the next week, maybe even earlier. All right, I'll make sure I have a discussion ready to go when that ebook, the guides to our nutrition guide, all right, simplifying it for improvements to your overall health. And again, just want to make sure our members will be getting that for free. So if you want to help support the channel, one of the benefits, all right, is getting that free ebook, all right, which I think is going to provide great value for you guys. I'm probably going to do a stream just talking about it a little bit and what you can expect. All right, and then the other way, not only hitting the join button, supporting the channel, becoming a Fit Team member, getting those perks, but also through our super chat function. Our super chat function there. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of the support, you being here, you engaging in chat, and then you all of the thumbs up. 40 thumbs up already. All right, we're an hour and 25 minutes in. I hope you guys are getting amazing value from the channel, all right, and from the discussion. So thank you to everyone for supporting. Thank you to all my members, all of those individuals who hit the join button, and all of the individuals who have gone ahead and given through the super chat function. And big shout out to all of you guys as well. I appreciate it. So thank you for your support, guys. So probiotics, very important. I think one of the more important supplements that we can be taking right now. We see a lot of studies that are showing not only the benefits of, gut health and digestive system, all right, good gut flora, but also optimizing our overall health when it comes to probiotics. A lot of people and a lot of times we'll sort of correlate probiotics with a healthy gut, all right, healthy gut bacteria. But don't forget, when we have probiotics, it's going to improve immune system function. It's going to improve, everything from immune system function to heart health to skin health. And maybe most importantly, reduce inflammation throughout the body, which I think is tremendous. All right, if we're doing that, then we're optimizing our health, guys. So those three can really help to optimize our overall health. All right, and again, those three, if you're just getting into chat, multivitamins, all right, our multivitamin, fish oil supplementation, and probiotics. Now, let's go on to our next one. All right, we continue in the chat. If you guys have any questions in chat, please feel free to answer. All right, I always love the engagement. All right, you guys have done such a tremendous job with your questions. I always appreciate it, like I said. Now, the next one, all right. This one's a little bit different, all right? It's a little bit more specific, all right, than, say, a multivitamin or fish oil supplementation, because omega-3s, where fish oil supplement had a bunch of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHA, and also your ALA, all right? This one, our next one for supplementation, especially in 2022, very, very important, is vitamin D supplementation, guys. Vitamin D supplementation, numerous studies coming out. Over the last few years, vitamin D supplementation has probably been one of the most researched, all right, and most studied vitamins, all right, micronutrients out there today. So vitamin D supplementation is our next one on the list. All right, super, super important for a number of different reasons, which we're going to be getting into. All right, now, why is vitamin D supplementation on the list? Again, we'll get into the health benefits, but again, it can be one of the harder vitamins to get into our diet. All right, unless we're eating certain foods or really focusing on, fortified foods, which I don't always think is great for absorption. All right. And again, all right, it could throw our macronutrients out of whack. All right, vitamin D supplementation ensures that we're getting enough vitamin D in our recommended daily value. All right, our RDI, our recommended daily intake of vitamin D, especially if you're living in a cold area or you're not getting much sunlight these days. I think vitamin D supplementation is super, super important. And the other great thing, with vitamin D supplementation, it is very cost effective. All right, it is one of the cheaper supplements out there. All right, so again, not only is it one of the cheaper supplements, all right, and again, that plays an important role. We have to respect, all right, if we are going to be supplementing, all right, the price that can come with it. But again, it's your health. You're investing in your health. Vitamin D is one of the big, investments that you can be making, along with multivitamins, along with fish oil, and along with probiotics. Now, with vitamin D, if you're not getting a lot of sunlight, and that's daily sunlight, all right, if you're living, where it's cold right now, I think today it's minus 14 Celsius, all right, if you're do it by Fahrenheit, look that up, minus 14, one of our coldest days of the year right now. Trust me, not very many people, myself included, are going to be going outside and it's cloudy, there's no sunlight. So I'm not getting any natural vitamin D right now. In our cold winter months up here in Canada, all right, vitamin D deficiency is on the rise. All right, a lot of people have vitamin D deficiency, all right, which does not optimize our overall health and actually puts us at risk, all right, for a lot of different types of disease. All right, vitamin D deficiency is one of the biggest deficiencies, especially in cold areas without a lot of sunlight, right now. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the importance of vitamin D. All right, we know, all right, and this is why I love vitamin D right now. All right, our body produces vitamin D naturally when it's directly exposed to sunlight. So if you're in an area where you are getting sun and it's nice and warm where you are, that's your best way of getting vitamin D. All right. Do you need to supplement? Would I recommend supplementation for you? Probably not. All right, but you can always, if you want to, get a little bit of extra in. I don't think that you need to overdo it with the supplements, because I think if you're getting good natural sunlight, like an hour a day, then you're getting tons of natural vitamin D. right? But if you're not getting that natural direct direct sunlight, not being exposed to that, vitamin D supplementation, all right, to ensure adequate levels is in the blood is super, super important. All right. Again, we can have certain foods, right, but it's tough to get that recommended daily intake from certain foods alone. That's why I think if we're going to be supplementing with anything, we need to be supplementing with vitamin D. Vitamin D supplementation, super important in this day and age. All right. Now, why is vitamin D supplementation so important? All right. There's several factors for it. We can break it down. All right. One of the biggest ones that I want to talk about is its ability to fight disease and its immune system boosting effects, which is super important right now. All right. But there's lots of other benefits to vitamin D also. All right. Vitamin D, all right, one of the main things, all right, it can help with improving, all right, and with the growth and development of bones and teeth. But again, I think even more important, all right, it can help regulate the absorption of calcium, all right, which is important. Again, that's why bones and teeth, and phosphorus, again, bones and teeth, all right, especially with osteoporosis and the breakdown of bone mineral density being on the rise today, especially as we get older in age. But the major thing with vitamin D, all right, which we are finding in numerous studies, and due to the pandemic and everything like that, we're seeing more and more studies and just how helpful vitamin D is. Remember, we have vitamin D1, D2, and D3, all right? Sort of the family compounds of vitamins, vitamin D. Don't forget, vitamin D is fat soluble, right? But it can help to facilitate the normal functioning of the immune system. Super important right now. I cannot stress that enough, how important that is, all right? Vitamin D supplementation, all right? The other thing that I'll just point out, which research suggests, all right, it can help to reduce, all right, again, individuals with multiple sclerosis, all right, were found to have low levels of vitamin D, all right? So there could be a link there. Speak with your medical practitioner, please, with that, all right? Also, we see with vitamin D deficiency, those individuals who had low levels of vitamin D were at an increased risk of heart disease, all right, and heart disease risk factors like hypertension, stroke, high cholesterol levels, things of that nature. All right, so by being low in vitamin D, again, heart disease, going back to that once again, all right, it's super important that we're focusing on the health of our heart. 0.25%, even more, all right, of the world's population, all right, is going to be dealing with some sort of heart health complication. And don't forget, this heart health complication and a lowering of heart health is the leading cause of death worldwide. All right, so being low in vitamin D, all right, is going to decrease our overall heart health. All right, low vitamin D or vitamin D deficiency, all right, is shown to contribute, and there's a correlation to an increased risk of heart disease. And all right, what that's also telling us, if we have an increased risk of heart disease from vitamin D deficiency, think about it like this. That's contributing to a major chronic disease. All right, heart disease, non-communicable, all right, chronic disease. That is indicating poor health, all right? So if we are low in vitamin D, if we have vitamin D deficiency, all right, we know that we are not optimizing our health and that we are actually decreasing our overall health and putting ourselves at risk for chronic diseases and other chronic conditions. All right, heart disease being one of them. Again, osteoporosis being another one. Perhaps diabetes, metabolic syndrome being others. All right, so vitamin D deficiency, guys, is putting ourselves at risk for not only heart disease, but think about it as putting ourselves at risk for non-communicable chronic disease risk factors. We are not optimizing our overall health if we are low in vitamin D, and that's why I think vitamin D supplementation is so important. And we have not even gotten into the immune system boosting effects. Miki, great to see you in chat. Thank you, Miki. Appreciate you. I was giving a shout out. I'm not sure if you were in chat, but I was giving a shout out to all our members and super chatters. Miki, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. Great to have you in chat. Got a prescription for vitamin D last month. Yes, I was low. So there you go. That's great. You got it tested. You were low in vitamin D. That's great, Miki, because now you can have all of these health benefits from vitamin D. I'm guessing that you probably saw your medical practitioner and got the prescription for vitamin D. Again, you can supplement with vitamin D3. I think that's probably the most popular supplement right now, to be honest with you. One of the most popular. All right. So we know that it can put ourselves and decrease our overall health and increase the risk of chronic diseases, not only heart disease, all right, but other non-communicable chronic diseases. All right, so vitamin D deficiency is linked with poor health, guys, and we want to optimize our overall health. So vitamin D, very, very important. Okay. Also, vitamin D can help to regulate mood. All right, mood disorders. All right, reduce depression, as we see in studies. Again, as we've talked a little bit before, now more than ever, mental health issues are skyrocketing. Might be at the highest levels than they've ever been before. So we want to make sure that our vitamin D levels are adequate. We are not in a deficiency of vitamin D, because it can only increase the risk of depression. Now, I'm not saying again that taking vitamin D can, get rid of all depressive symptoms or, anxiety, because we also see that low levels of vitamin D are correlated with depression, anxiety, things of that nature. I'm not saying that vitamin D supplementation can get rid of all those symptoms, all right? But we are putting ourselves at an increased risk of anxiety and depression by being low in vitamin D. We see in studies that vitamin D can actually play an important role in regulating mood and decreasing the risk of depression. And, those individuals, right, who were at a deficiency, we see in studies, once they increased vitamin D, saw a noticeable improvement in depressive symptoms. All right, and again, this is just based on the studies, not as a medical practitioner. I'm just telling you how the studies. If you're dealing with that, please speak with your medical practitioner. Again, especially in today's day and age and everything that we're going through. But there you go. More and more health benefits of vitamin D, I think, is one of the most essential. That's one of the vitamins that I am most cognizant of taking on a daily basis. Again, these supplements, the ones that I'm suggesting, I think the ones that we need to be taking are the ones that I take every single day for overall health. Now, let's talk a little bit about, again, with weight loss and vitamin D, again, you'll see studies out there, not really buying it. I think you have to follow a specific diet plan, get some movement out there if we really want to support weight loss. Yes, it can help with weight loss, but we have a number of other factors that are going to be needed, all right, with weight loss. If you're in a surplus of calories, have all the vitamin D you want, you're not going to be losing weight, okay? So vitamin D sort of marketed or talked about as a weight loss supplement. I'd focus more on the health benefits of that we're mentioning here, with heart health, with mood, with immune system boosting, more so than weight loss. Okay. Again, there's no magic pill, there's no magic supplement, no magic drink that we can take that's going to automatically make us lose weight. Yes, it might have a little bit of an effect on boosting our metabolism, but again, if we're in a surplus of calories, we're gaining weight. If we're at maintenance level, we're maintaining weight. Again, it doesn't matter how much vitamin D you're taking, right? You're not going to be getting those weight loss benefits. It's going to improve our overall health. Let's focus on that. Weight loss discussion is a whole different topic. I could do a whole different topic. I'm actually writing an ebook on weight loss. So after we get this nutrition guide out there, weight loss is the next one. All right, we can talk about that more, maybe in a different live chat. But vitamin D, guys, let's talk about its ability, all right, and its great preventative effects, all right, on lowering the risk of certain diseases, all right, and illnesses. Okay. We know that vitamin D is one of the most important nutrients when it comes to boosting our immune system and for overall immune system health. Okay. Again, we know that it has a number of critical roles in the body. We've already just talked about a number of them. But one of vitamin D's most important and vital sort of benefits is its ability to boost the immune system. All right. We see that healthy levels of vitamin D can keep our immune system healthy and protect against different illnesses, different diseases, all right, and some of them being respiratory illnesses in general. All right, so not only, all right, here's how I look at vitamin D, and here's how I'd like you guys to look at vitamin D as well. It can play a very, very important preventative role for fighting against illness and disease. We don't want to develop illness and disease and then start taking vitamin D. We want to make sure that we have a strong, robust immune system that's ready to fight disease and infection if we get it. All right, so that's why I like supplementing with vitamin D. Have that robust immune system. It's our first line of defense against infection, against pathogens, toxins, right? Something that I'm very passionate about, all right? The preventative effects of vitamin D, all right? We don't, again, want to be dealing with illness and disease and then start what often quoted and often I hear people say, well, I got sick, now I'm going to start pumping in vitamin D. I'm going to increase vitamin D or vitamin C, quercetin, whatever it is. Start with taking that. Use that as a supplement, probably on a daily basis, all right? I certainly am. We want to make sure, especially if you're not getting natural sunlight, guys. All right, that's the important thing. If you're not getting natural sunlight, I think making sure you have adequate levels of vitamin D in the blood and in the body, all right, is super important for keeping your immune system healthy. If not, we're putting ourselves at risk for infection and disease. Have your vitamin D, all right, vitamin D3 is what I supplement with, all right? That way, if we do develop certain immune disorders, all right, if we do develop certain infections or disease, common cold and flu, whatever it might be, then we have a robust immune system to fight off infection. All right, remember, vitamin D is necessary for proper functioning of the immune system. All right, so vitamin D supplementation, very, very important, not just for the reasons that we've talked about already, all right, and it's one of the most common deficiencies, right? If you want to know vitamin D deficiency, all right, so what are maybe some of the signs and symptoms? One, tiredness, aches and pains, all right, sometimes muscle pain and weakness, and then, we can even see fatigue being one of them, all right. You're going to put yourself at risk for vitamin D deficiency, all right, if you're not spending a lot of times outdoors, all right, if you're not, eating foods that are rich in vitamin D, things of that nature. All right, we've talked about this. But boosting our immune system, guys. Our immune system is the body's first line of defense against infection and disease. That's why I'm talking about use it as a preventative measure. Supplement with vitamin D if need be. All right, if you're not getting enough sunlight, all right, on a daily basis, all right, or as regularly as possible. That way you have a strong immune system that's ready to fight off infection and disease. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I find it very unfortunate if individuals do, find themselves sick or have a certain illness or disease, and then they start taking vitamin D. Right, we can take it, and like I said, vitamin D is one of the cheapest, all right, and readily available vitamins out there. All right, so it's very cost effective, all right, and it can be tremendous for optimizing our overall health. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. And we see numerous studies that are coming out with its immune system boosting effects and other effects. I don't just want to focus on immune system boosting. We talked about all its other effects, especially, fighting against vitamin D deficiency, mood, heart health, all right, things of that nature. But immune system, all right, functioning, super, super important. Let's keep diving into that. All right, we know that vitamin D plays a critical role, guys. It's super important in promoting immune response. All right, so not only the proper functioning of the immune system, but promoting immune response. So if we do end up getting infections or certain illness, all right, boom, critical role in promoting immune response. Our immune system is ready to fight. All right. The other nice thing is that vitamin D has anti-inflammatory properties, all right? And those anti-inflammatory properties are going to be crucial for the activation of immune system defenses, or you could also say immune system responses, all right? I like defenses, all right, because it's that preventative measure, all right? We're on the defensive against the illness, against disease, and things of that nature, all right? Also, if we have a high level of inflammation, guys, high amounts of inflammation, it doesn't matter if it's acute or chronic, but especially if it's chronic inflammation, we've been dealing with it for months or years, all right, that's going to weaken your immune system. It's going to weaken the immune system responses and immune system functioning. Okay, Pamela, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate having you in here. Thank you so much for joining the chat. And thank you so much, guys, for the 45 thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys are getting great value from the discussion. All right, so vitamin D, crucial for activation of immune system defenses. That's why I say take it before you develop illness or disease. Use it as a preventative vitamin, all right, to increase your overall health. Yes, immune system health, but also overall health. Optimize your health. Now, also in connection with the immune system, vitamin D is known through numerous studies to enhance the function of immune cells. And the important thing with not only immune cells, but this also includes T cells. All right, T cells. You probably heard that in the news a lot. All right, especially with the pandemic and everything that's been going on. But we see that it can help to, one, increase and enhance the function of immune cells and T cells. Why is that important? Because it's going to protect your body against pathogens. All right, it's going to protect your body against illness and disease. Okay, so vitamin D, crucial for the immune cells and T cells. You've probably heard that in the news already. All right, so super important when it comes to immune system function and immune system response. All right, vitamin D3, super important, guys. All right, I agree, Lester. Awesome stuff, isn't it? Vitamin D, who would have thought, often overlooked vitamin. We hear so much about vitamin C in the immune system. And let's not forget, vitamin C is definitely important for the immune system. Same with quercetin, a type of antioxidant. But vitamin D often overlooked when we think about immune system and immune system response, and immune system function. So think about vitamin D lowering your risk, all right? Lowering your risk of infection, of disease, and increasing the proper functioning of the immune system. Your body's first line of defense against infection and disease. Use it as a preventative measure. We don't want to be sick and then start saying, okay, now let's increase vitamin D or vitamin C, whatever it is. Right now we're talking about D. Continue with having good, adequate levels of vitamin D in your blood and your body. All right, that way we can have all of the preventative benefits of having good vitamin D in the body and proper immune system health. Great immune system health. All right, now we also saw, all right, we see in numerous studies, and I've written down here, all right, low levels of vitamin D has been actually associated with an increased susceptibility. So we're putting ourselves at an increased risk with having low levels of vitamin D to infection, disease, and immune-related disorders. So again, we see the importance of having good, adequate levels of vitamin D. By having good levels of vitamin D, we see that we can fight off disease and infection. By having low levels of vitamin D, we see the opposite. We see that through studies, okay? Just how important it is. All right, if you have low levels of vitamin D, all right, you're more susceptible to infection, disease, and other immune-related disorders. Studies are showing this. All right, and that's why it's such an important vitamin right now. Like I said, maybe the most important vitamin that's out there. All right, and the great thing is it's cost effective. All right, now it's interesting too, because very, very important right now, and I think we must talk about this. Low levels of vitamin D have been linked to an increased risk of respiratory diseases, all right? Whether that be COPD, tuberculosis, and then also things even as common as viral or bacterial respiratory infections, all right? Numerous studies are showing that, and these are all coming out, especially during the pandemic, all right? All of these studies that are coming out showing its ability to help reduce the risk of respiratory disease, respiratory infections, all right? Viral and bacterial. Very, very important to keep in mind if we're thinking about boosting our immune system, all right? And having proper immune system health, being affected by vitamin D. We also, again, very, very important, all right, numerous studies showing, guys, that vitamin D deficiency, all right, there's a correlation between vitamin D deficiency and decreased lung function, all right? Why is that so important? Why am I bringing that up? Why did I write that down and I have it underlined? Well, the reason is, if we have a decrease in lung function through vitamin D deficiency, that's going to negatively affect our body's ability to fight respiratory infections. All right, and remember, we're at an increased risk of developing respiratory diseases, infections. All right, so not only are we putting ourselves at risk for developing these diseases, but then we're decreasing our risk in we're decreasing our body's ability to fight them off. All right, so it's a two-measured, all right, prong attack. All right, two negatives right there. All right, putting ourselves at an increased risk of respiratory illness, and then putting ourselves at a decreased risk, at a decreased ability, all right, to actually fight off respiratory infections, and that's because of a decrease in lung function through vitamin D deficiency. So super, super important through vitamin D, supplementing with vitamin D. Tammy, thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoyed the chat. It's always great to see you in here, Tammy. I appreciate you staying for so long. You're right in here right off the bat. Thank you so much. Have a great day, Tammy. I really appreciate having you in chat. As always, have a great day, and thank you so much. All right, so vitamin D, guys. Vitamin D, all right, super, super important. I think number 4 for supplements that we really need to be taking right now that are super important. If you're just getting into chat, the other 3, all right, a multivitamin, so we're filling the gaps, all right, and making sure that we're not getting or having any nutrient deficiencies. Also, don't forget, through our multivitamin, we're not only getting the 13 essential vitamins, 15 essential minerals, but we're also getting trace minerals, important enzymes, all right, different herbs, amino acids, things of that nature. The next one is going to be fish oil. We talked about the importance of omega-3s, all of the health benefits of taking fish oil, all right, especially on a regular basis. The next one, probiotics, super important, not only for digestive health, all right, but overall health, optimizing our overall health. Next is vitamin D for the exact same reasons, all right? So make sure, all right, and the best thing, all right, think about vitamin D. Yes, important role with immune system, but many important roles in the body, all right? Scientific research is showing this, all right? We need to make sure, all right, if we're not getting enough natural sunlight, vitamin D deficiency, and having vitamin D deficiency, speak with your medical practitioner about supplementing with vitamin D, because the dosages really range in a lot of these studies. You see, I've seen everything from 1,000 to 2,000 IUs, or international units, that's what that means, all right, up to 10,000. Figure out what's best for you. Do that by speaking with your medical practitioner. Have to leave myself. Great session. Thanks very much. You're very welcome, Kathleen. My pleasure. Have a great day. Safe, healthy day, both to you and Tammy. Fathom Arts, great to have you in chat. Okay, great. Great having you in here. If you're new to chat, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. So make sure you guys, if we're not getting that natural sunlight, make sure we're supplementing with vitamin D as best we can. Getting that vitamin D in, super important for our overall health, and we've explained why. All right. like I said, depending on your blood levels, all right, you're gonna see a range in the recommended value of vitamin D per day. Like I said, you'll see studies with 1,000 to 4,000 IUs. You'll see from 3,000 to 10,000 in some of them. All right, I won't give a specific for you. I think it's best you speak with your medical practitioner. Like Miki mentioned, he actually got his tested and he was low, and now he's been prescribed vitamin D and at an appropriate dosage for himself. I think that's the best way to do it and to keep you safe, and we don't want to overdo it with the vitamin D. All right, we can keep it at a healthy level. The important thing is that we're just making sure that we're getting it in to get all of the benefits from it. All right, nice. We've been going for 2 hours here, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Now, we have one more here, guys. We have another one that's very, very important. And it's very important. One of the most important, I think, vitamins. All right, and it's a separate vitamin. I'll explain in a second. All right, one of the most important, all right, and popular vitamins right now. All right, especially over the last 2-3 years, I'd say definitely in the last 2 years, last 1 year for sure. All right, and one that we need to be taking because it can be tough to get, all right, is going to be vitamin K2. Let's have the discussion on vitamin K2 and why it's so important right now. Maybe you've heard about it, all right, but let's talk about exactly what it is, how do we get it, and what are its health benefits. Now, why do I have vitamin D and vitamin K2? I'm really Michelle, a female. Oh, Miki. Okay, I think I'm just learning that right now. Maybe you mentioned that before. I'm not sure if you did, but thanks for pointing that out, Miki. It's always nice to know. That's why I would do the face reveals, and I have my face on a lot of the streams now, and I'm going to be doing it on videos. But it's always nice to know, who you're talking to. But that's great, Miki. Okay, perfect. Great to have you in here, and thanks for clearing that up. Like I said, it's nice to know who you're chatting with. So great to have you in here, Miki. I really appreciate it, and big shout out to you. All right, a big shout out to all our members, all our super chats. All right, and again, remember, all the members of the channel are going to be getting that free nutrition guide. All right, it'll be available to others, but one of the perks of joining the channel is having that nutrition guide, which I am 6 chapters in, and hopefully we'll be done. All the research is ready for the other chapters, so hopefully I'll be done by the end of the week. But Miki, that's awesome. Miki, always great to have you in chat. Now, vitamin K2. All right, a lot of people actually aren't very familiar with vitamin K2 because it's one of the newer vitamins that's been out here right now. All right, and we're just starting to hear about the health benefits. All right, now, especially if you're living in the western part of the world, all right, vitamin K2, all right, it can be quite rare, all right, in the western diet. All right, and again, like I said, it's really only become popular in the last year or two. All right, it really hasn't received much mainstream attention. If you compare it to vitamin C, all right, and everything we know about that, even other vitamins like A or iron, other like minerals like iron or zinc, all right, we don't know too much about vitamin K2. How do we get it? What does it do? How is it? What makes it so important? Why do I have it in my supplement list? Well, we're starting to know, all right, and learn more and more about its essential role in many different health aspects, all right, in many different ways how it can optimize our overall health. A very powerful nutrient. Right, and it becomes even more powerful when it is supplemented with vitamin D. It has an amazing synergistic effect, all right, with vitamin D, and that's why you'll see a lot of vitamin D3 and K2 supplements out there right now. All right, so supplements that contain both vitamin D and vitamin K2, often vitamin D3. All right, because of their synergistic effects. All right, which means they both promote each other. All right, and it helps. So the health benefits we just talked about, vitamin D, are enhanced by vitamin K2. Now, for vitamin K2, all right, very powerful nutrient, guys. I've seen it explained on a lot of different areas. It's sort of, that missing sort of link, that missing nutrient, all right, between, our diet, and several chronic diseases. All right, so we know, and we've probably heard of vitamin K. Vitamin K1, all right, a lot easier to get than vitamin K2. The reason why is vitamin K1, and think about it like this. There's two forms of vitamin K. Think of them as separate nutrients, guys. All right, vitamin K1 and vitamin K2. Vitamin K1 is found usually in plant foods like leafy green vegetables. So like your broccoli, Brussels sprouts. If you're looking at the picture here, Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, tons of vitamin K in those foods. For K2, all right, usually you have to be eating animal, like liver, different types of animal organs and that type of stuff, which like liver, not super popular with a lot of people. The easiest way to get vitamin K2 other than supplementation is fermented foods. So like your sauerkraut and things like that, miso, very, very high. Kombucha, or kombucha. Again, a lot of people have different pronunciations for different foods, just like pecans and pecans, all right, as I mentioned in other streams. But fermented foods have that vitamin K2. I think supplementing is one of the easiest ways, because a lot of people are not fans of fermented foods, or don't always have access to fermented foods, or don't have recipes that they can add them to. All right, so vitamin K2, an essential nutrient when it comes to our overall health. All right, now vitamin K2 can be divided into different subtypes. All right, you'll also sometimes might hear vitamin K2 also referred to as MK4 or MK7. All right, yes, that's important, but I think just getting in your vitamin K2 is the most important thing. All right, vitamin K2 is what we want. Okay, so we've seen, all right, the importance of vitamin K2, all right, and its ability to, one, improve bone and heart health. All right. While vitamin K has some health benefits, but vitamin K2, all right, can help to improve bone health and heart health. One of the ways that it can improve heart health is that it can reduce blood vessel calcification, which can improve the overall health of our blood vessels and reduce the risk of atherosclerosis. But we need to make sure that we know that they're classified as two different nutrients. All right, vitamin K1, vitamin K2, different health benefits for both. All right, we also know, all right, that vitamin K2, all right, is one of the essential nutrients in increasing overall immune system health. All right, we know that vitamin K2 now, very, very important when it comes to boosting immune system. All right, when we see numerous studies on this, all right, like with liquid vitamin D3 and K2, all right, a lot of it is connected with COVID-19. I won't get too much into that, but just remember, all right, a lot of the benefits of vitamin K2, a lot of it is overlooked in correlation to immunity, and we'll get into that. Okay, vitamin K2, important for preventing heart disease, like I mentioned. All right, it can improve bone health. And again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, especially with vitamin 2. Remember, it's a new sort of nutrient that we're learning more and more about. All right, it can improve bone health and lower the risk of osteoporosis, which is tremendous because we know osteoporosis, bone health, all right, bone health is starting to decrease as we get older, all right, and we see osteoporosis, all right, bone mineral density is on the decline in a lot of populations, all right. Now, vitamin K2, vital role in the metabolism of calcium, all right, which is the main mineral found in your bones. That's how it's going to help lower the risk of osteoporosis. All right, it can provide many different benefits for bone health, reduce fractures, all right, things of that nature. All right, we see in numerous health benefits. All right, if you're taking, looking at fractures, all right, we found that vitamin K2 significantly reduced bone fractures. All right, so what is that telling us? It's helping to strengthen our bones. increasing bone mineral density, all right, which is tremendous, all right. Those bone fractures, especially as we get older, spinal fractures, hip fractures, things like that, all right, so detrimental to our overall health and our longevity. We want to make sure that we have healthy bones, all right, and vitamin K2 is going to be able to do that, all right, especially with vitamin D, because we saw vitamin D had very similar health benefits, all right, and remember, each one promotes the other, all right. Now, what are some of the other ones that that we can talk about? You know, we talked about the synergies, all right, of vitamin K, K2, and vitamin D, all right. We know that calcium can help with immunity, all right, and we know that vitamin D and vitamin K2 work together to properly regulate calcium metabolism, as I just mentioned, all right. So, you know, vitamin D, we know, can help to improve our overall immune system. It's the same thing with vitamin K2, and not only is vitamin K2 going to specifically help to improve our overall immune system, but it's going to do it even more with supplementing with vitamin D, all right, which is tremendous. And again, a lot of these are studies that have to do with COVID-19, randomized studies and things of that nature. That's why I don't like getting too much specifically into those types of studies. I think that's best left for your medical practitioner. But just know, vitamin K2, immune system boosting, things of that nature, tremendous benefits, all right, when it comes to overall immunity boosting, all right. And again, it's like that often overlooked nutrient. We're just finding out more and more through studies and through people more and more learning about it more and more, right? Just its immunity boosting effects. Again, how do you get vitamin K2, right? Oftentimes we're at a vitamin K2 deficiency. To get vitamin K2 into our diets, the easiest way is egg yolks. You'd have to eat quite a few of them, all right? The other one is liver and organ meats, as I mentioned before. More often, all right, you're going to be getting it through fermented foods like sauerkraut, all right, miso, things like that. Think of the subtypes, MK4, MK5, MK7, MK14. Those are all important, but just make sure that we're getting our vitamin K2 in there. You can do that through supplementation. It's a fairly cheap supplement as well, and it's paired nicely with vitamin D3 most often. Okay, the synergistic effect of it being able to boost our immune system is super important, guys. It cannot go unsaid. The reason why vitamin K2 is on this list is just the difficulty that we can have of actually getting vitamin K2 into our diet. All right. The other important thing is its immune system effects. All right. Its other health optimizing effects. All right, I think it makes it one of the most important ones that we can be taking, especially at this time in 2022. Again, we want that robust immunity, that robust immune system that's ready to fight disease, infections, and keep us healthy. All right. So I think if you're taking it, I think we just need to start with that 5, guys. If we're I have so many clients, so many consultations where people are wanting to add, they have a whole list of supplements that they think they need to add to their diets. Remember, supplements are to fill in the gaps. I think the most important supplements that we can take are a multivitamin, fish oil, probiotics, vitamin D, all right, and then also vitamin K2 right now, all right. Other than that, we focus on our nutrition, all right, because these are to fill in gaps. If we're focusing on nutrition, all right, we're going to put ourselves at a good position to actually be healthy and to increase our overall health and optimize health. Keywords: immune system boosting. That's right. Hello to all from SoCal. Thank you, Damon. Great to have you in chat. Appreciate having you in here, as always. But you're right, immune system boosting, especially in today's world, especially with the types of foods that we're eating. All right, we have a lot of sugar, all right, which we have a lot of sodium, we have a lot of preservatives, high fructose corn syrup, things of that nature. All right, that's only going to decrease our health, take away from our overall health. We want to make sure that we're taking supplements that are going to not only boost our immune system, absolutely, those are the key words here, all right, but also optimize our overall health. I think that is super, super important. All right, if we're optimizing our overall health, all right, we can do that through the supplements. We don't need a whole long grocery list of supplements, but I think if we stick to these 5, we're doing a great job at filling in the gaps for our overall health. All right, we don't want nutrient deficiencies. We've talked throughout this whole for 2 hours and 15 minutes on the importance, all right, of staying away from nutrient deficiencies, especially with things like probiotics, especially with fish oil, all right, with vitamin D. Look at all the increases in risk factors of chronic disease that we saw from having a deficiency just in vitamin D. It's the same with K2, all right, and we're missing out on the synergistic effects if we're not supplementing with both. All right, it's very tough to get K2 into our diet, so I think supplement is one of the most important and one of the easiest ways to get K2 into our diet. I'll tell you right now, I have some fermented foods in my diet, sauerkraut being one of them, but I still supplement right now with K2 because it's not a super high amount of fermented foods, right? But I want to make sure I'm getting in those good amounts, adequate levels of vitamin K2. Same thing with vitamin D3. I won't say my exact dosage, but those are my focuses, all right? Vitamin D and K2, and that's why I'm passing it on to you guys. I think these are important. I take a multivitamin a day. I take fish oil every single day, a probiotic, vitamin D, and vitamin K2. A few others, all right? But I think these are the most important 5 that you can start with. If you're looking to add some supplements, and it doesn't even have to be all 5, all right? It can be, a couple of these, all right? I'd maybe start with a multivitamin, all right? And maybe a probiotic. I think that's a great start, all right? Just because I have 5 listed here does not mean that you have to go and add all 5 to your diet right away, right? I think and one thing that I'm always kind of telling family and friends, I think vitamin D and vitamin K2 are super important right now to keep our immunity strong. It's the same thing with a multivitamin. We saw the immune system boosting effects of fish oil and probiotics. That's why it's on the list, all right? The world that we live in, all right? I think that's super important right now. We want that robust immunity. But it's not, these supplements aren't just on the list because of their immune system boosting effects. They're on the list because of their optimizing health benefits in a number of different ways. You see how they're all different. Multivitamins fills in the gap for our essential nutrients, for different enzymes, amino acids, herbs, things like that. We see fish oil for omega-3s, DHA, EPA, ALA, getting omega-3s in there. Probiotics, gut health, all right, vitamin D, that's more specific, all right, the importance of vitamin D. Same thing with vitamin K2, because vitamin K2 deficiency is one of the higher ones. Same thing with vitamin D. And if we're low in vitamin D and K2, we're putting ourselves at risk for different chronic diseases. So that's why these are on the list, guys, all right? I'm really, promoting, vitamin D, vitamin K2, but as I promote them, I'm always saying, talk to your medical practitioner. The studies are kind of all over the charts when it comes to vitamin D deficiency. 1,000 to 4,000, as I mentioned in one study, 3,000 to 10,000 IUs a day, all right? That's not always, you don't always have to go so high, all right? It depends on the diet. You have to talk to your medical practitioner and see what the right dosage for you is. It depends on each individual. That's why, I won't always give specific recommendations, all right, on my chats or in videos or things of that nature. Sometimes I will when it comes to spices and things like that, but I think when it comes to minerals and stuff like that, all right, follow the guidelines that are on your supplements, but also speak with your medical practitioner. All right, now, before we go, I want to just say a couple important things here for people who, made it all the way to the end, people who are just coming in here, all right? Supplementation is important. Overall nutrition is important as well. We want to make sure that we're focusing on healthy foods, healthy carbohydrates, healthy proteins, healthy fats, but also on our vegetables. Vegetables are super, super important, guys. Dark leafy green vegetables, all right, all the way from dark leafy green vegetables to peppers, all right, to garlic, onions, things of that nature, different spices and herbs, all right, super important. Focus on nutrition as well, all right. Supplements are there to fill in the gaps, all right. Now, I also just want to make sure it's clear, all right, because I've gotten a lot of messages, all right, especially from members and things like that. Damon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. 99 knowledge. I appreciate that, Damon. Thank you for the kind words, man. Really appreciate it and appreciate you. I just want to say real quick, because I've been getting a ton of messages from individuals on my nutrition guide. All right, should be coming out within the next week. I don't see why not. Maybe even before. All right, I've been working hard at it. I'm multiple chapters in. All right. I'm going to be writing a couple chapters today if I can get through it all. Again, I don't want to rush it. I want good value in there for individuals. Individuals who are members of the channel will be getting that ebook for free. So providing great value for our members, all right? Also, individuals, all right, will be getting certain perks, all right? It'll also be for our members. We have those perks, but it'll be available to everyone else, all right? And I'll make sure I let you guys know once that nutrition guide, simplified form, all right? Simple guide to big improvements, all right? Well, I'll let you guys know once that becomes available, okay? I want to make it available as soon as possible, but again, I don't want to rush. I want you guys to know that I am working on it, all right? We're completing it. I'm very happy. I've had some people proofreading it already. They're getting great value from it. I've been getting great feedback. I'm super, super excited to get that out there for you guys. And members of the channel know that you will be getting that ebook for free. All right. That's one of the perks of joining. All right. Also, thank you. Big shout out to our super chat members. All right. Individuals who are super chatting during the stream. Big shout out to you guys. But I just wanted to point that out real quick because I've talked about this nutrition guide and ebook before, a couple of these products. Don't forget, there's also the services, all right, of coaching, all right, consultations. I'm working with a couple of you right now. It's great to be working with you. It's a pleasure to be working with you. Remember, these are face-to-face consultations. I'm doing them on Skype for the most part. Skype or Zoom, whatever works best for you. I can handle it. We can figure it out. Remember, they're face-to-face consultations and coaching. All right, it's not just a voice talking to you, all right, that you're hearing in your headphones. I just want that to be made clear as well. All right, that the coaching and consultations is a face-to-face. Just like when I have my face on stream, it's the exact same thing, and it's nice because it's like a one-on-one, almost like you're sitting right there next to the person. So I think, it's been a pleasure to be able to do coaching and consultation with you guys. All right. If you are interested in that, just really quickly, let me give you my business email. All right. That way I can ensure that I'm getting your messages, because it makes it so much easier for me emailing to the following email here. Just let me pull it up real quick for you guys. If you are interested in that, please do not hesitate to email me, ask about it, ask about the service, and we can discuss it more. There's the email right there. But it would be a pleasure to work with you, help you to reach your goals. Again, with the coaching and consultation I've done, it can be anything from weight loss to, just improving your overall health in general, to portion control, what our macronutrients should be, and then just optimizing your overall health. All right, a little bit of everything. All right, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that service. All right, so thank you. Big shout out to all the members. All right, look for that ebook coming out very, very shortly. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I'm going on and on about these services and the products, all right, but I want you guys to know that I appreciate all of you. I appreciate having all of your support and having you in a lot of familiar faces. The ones that I can see right now: Damon, Miki, Kathleen, Tammy, Lester, Pamela, others that I'm missing: Christine, Kathleen, Susan, familiar faces, all right, that I see in chat on a very, very consistent basis, whether I start at 6:30 a.m. or 9 a.m., whatever it is. All right, I see this familiar faces. All right, so thank you so much. but I just wanted to make sure it's clear. Those perks for the Fit Team members, all right, you will be getting that ebook for free. I just want to make that clear to our members. So thank you so much to everyone who's supporting the channel through the Fit Team, the join function, becoming a Fit Team member, and through the super chat function. I do not want this to become a Patreon stream where people are getting priced out, where you have to be a Patreon member to join the stream. All right, do not want to go down that road. I want the stream available to everyone. All right, I want the ebooks available to everyone. All right, I just want you guys to know, if you want to support the channel, there won't be a Patreon function. All right, you guys won't be priced out or have to join or anything like that. All right, but just know that if you join the channel as a Fit Team member, certain perks will be coming your way. And if you are feeling that you're getting great value from these 2 times a week chats for 2.5 hours, all right, we've been, going strong, about 5 hours a week. All right, if you're getting great value, there's always the super chat function as well. But no, I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate all the thumbs up. All right, thank you so much to each and every one of you. I really, really have a great time with these chats. If I didn't have a great time, I wouldn't be here 2 times a week talking to you guys for 2.5 hours. So thank you so much. Christine, my pleasure. Good to hear you this morning. Thank you, Christine. Great to have you in chat. Mayhem, thanks for this great information. My pleasure. Thank you for coming into chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening and supporting. I really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much. Before I lose my voice, we'll end there probably, but thank you so much, guys. Appreciate having you all. Sunday will probably be our next stream. All right, what's today? I think it's Thursday today. So Sunday most likely will be our next stream. If there's one before that, I will let you guys know. I'll put the reminder up. All right. But for sure, the next one will be on Sunday. So just keep that in mind. Sunday morning will be our next one. I have another interesting topic for you guys that I think you guys will get great value from. Again, big shout out to all of you guys. You guys are the top 1%ers. You're the Fit Team members coming in here nice and early on a Thursday morning talking about supplements and health and everything like that. Congratulations to all of you guys. Pamela, my pleasure. Thank you for coming in. Damon, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Stay strong. Well, absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Have a good one, guys. Have a great Thursday. Have a great rest of your week. I will talk to you shortly. Look out for more daily videos. Look out for more streams. It might come before Sunday. You never know, but we'll be here live Sunday for sure. Sunday morning, guys. All right. Everyone take care. Have a great, safe, happy, healthy